Guys, I want to take just a moment today to talk about an issue that's been all over the news this week, but really they're focusing on the wrong part of the fucking story. Who is Matt Walsh? That's a great question to begin with. Little Mermaid translucent controversy explained as political commentators' remarks sparks online backlash. Now this asshole on the left right here, all of a sudden, now that there's fish involved, he suddenly thinks that translucent rights are a thing we should pay attention to. And let me tell you something right now. As part of the translucent white delegation, part of the spectral population, you opaque motherfuckers need to check your live privilege, because you come in here and you suddenly pretend that these rights matter after how many generations of not giving a fuck about whether or not the translucent white man can get his constitutional rights back, and suddenly you're gonna fucking appropriate my culture over to fish?
I mean, I'm a little offended by it because, you know, he's lumping me in with you guys.
God damn it, man. Unbelievable.
Jesus.
What I do know is
translucent.
this. Let me tell you something right now. If we're going to be talking translucent rights, Matt Walsh, me and you and me, we need to sit down. We need to have a little talk about you taking my jokes.
Well, you've only been championing the rights of the translucent man for like 6 years.
6 years almost. Yeah, definitely, man. So here's what I'm saying. If these guys who fancy themselves experts, who really are just assholes who can afford a suit, can fancy themselves experts on translucent rights, I'm talking to you, Matt Walsh, Ben Shapiro, Tim Pool, all you fucking guys. Why don't you call me? You want to talk translucent rights? Why don't you talk to the prophet of Alazimology? Because Fright Supremacy is the right supremacy, and we will rise up.
Look at him. You can see the bat cave through him. He is literally translucent.
That's right, man. That's damn right.
Is low.
But I'll tell you, friends, all jokes aside, everything that they're talking about this week, I done already told y'all years ago. That, you know, we talked about Fright Supremacy being from 6 years ago, and yes, now having an official religion. But everything people are talking about with the Little Mermaid, man, I made these jokes 3 years ago, and they were better than y'all. Let's watch. Yeah!
So wait, you're saying now that Ariel is black?
Yeah, man, it's a new age of American cinema where it's easier to move box office based on pushing the presumed oppression of a fictional character into the spotlight than it is to write a new story and hope that the brain-dead zombies on Twitter actually notice something other than what they think gives their dull, pointless lives meaning.
Which would be...
mostly just complaining that the world wasn't custom-made just for them.
Straight up.
But it's not just Ariel. She can't be a black Little Mermaid in a family of white folk.
So all the sisters have to be black too?
Of course. There's no adoption agency under the sea.
Right. So King Triton's got to be black too. You know who they should cast as Triton? Terry Crews.
Yes, and they can dress him up like Xerxes with a fishtail.
He can pop pecs on evildoers with no delay.
Xerxes.
Now hang on just a second. If the mermaid family is black, can Prince Eric still be white?
Oh, no way. This proud black mer family can't have no white savior.
You're totally right, dude. And I bet they'll cast Will Smith too, since he's all hugged up with the mouse now.
Yeah, he could be the Fresh Prince of Bel-Eric.
This is a lot of changes to keep up with. Why did they do it this way?
Well, you gotta get people talking about your movie before it comes out. And when you can't come up with anything original, this is the easiest and laziest way to do that.
Well, I guess it worked. I mean, we're talking about it.
Xerxes.
Okay, so they switched the mermaids to black. They switched the prince to black. Terry Crews steals the show. But what about the little Jamaican crab guy? What's his name, Sebastian?
Well, that's a hurtful stereotype, Phil. You can't have a Caribbean crab out there enjoying himself and singing songs and helping his friends. He's got to be flipped, too. He'd have to be a white crab from Boston or something.
What kind of songs do people from Boston sing?
Sweet Caroline.
Yeah! Oh,
that's from 2019.
2019, dude. Like, man, come on. You know, it's bad enough that old Matt Walsh thinks he can, because, man, they're all over it this week. Ooh, translucent right, translucent right. They really think they came up with something clever. You're a little bit behind.
Missed the boat.
All this stuff, are you talking about the mermaid? Guess what? You're a little bit behind, man.
Yeah.
All I'm
Catch
saying,
up. Get on our level.
stop watching corporate media, start watching Gulf City. Yeah, boy!